Okay, welcome back to our Bible study series on the Day of Atonement fulfilled in 70 AD. This is episode 4. We're looking again at Leviticus 16. Also, we're going to be looking at Revelation 19 to 20 and First Enoch. And our purpose is to show the parallels between these three passages, just to show that Leviticus 16, the Day of Atonement, was fulfilled in these passages here, Revelation and First Enoch. You don't necessarily have to believe in the preterist view to also see the links here, but I'm sure it'd be more helpful if that's the case. But again, here we go. We're just going to quickly look at the three narratives themselves. First, we'll look at Leviticus 16, verse 20 to 22. And when he, that is the high priest, has made an end of atoning for the holy place, the tabernacle of meeting, and the altar, he shall bring the live goat. Aaron shall lay both his hands on the head of the live goat, confess over it all the iniquities of the children of Israel and all their transgressions concerning all their sins, putting them on the head of the goat, and shall send it away into the wilderness by the hand of a suitable man. The goat shall bear on itself all the iniquities to an uninhabited land, and he shall release the goat in the wilderness. Revelation 20, verse 1 to 3. Then I saw an angel coming down from heaven, having the key to the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. He laid hold of the dragon, that serpent of old, who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. And he cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up, and set a seal on him, so that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years were finished. But after these things, he must be released for a while. And then we have First Enoch chapter 10, verses 4 through 8. And again, the Lord said to Raphael, this is one of the angels, bind Azazel hand and foot and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is in Judea, and cast him therein, and place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face, that he may not see light. And on the day of the great judgment he shall be cast into the fire, and heal the earth, which the angels have corrupted, and proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish through all the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. So there's our three passages. So we're going to quickly look at the players in each of these passages. In Leviticus 16, we had the goat for the sin offering, and that in Revelation 19 to 20 is Jesus. And also in First Enoch 10, that's actually not applicable. We have more of the focus on what happened to Azazel or Satan in First Enoch. And then in Leviticus 16, we have, what we commonly call the goat, the scapegoat, which is actually the goat for Azazel. And that is the parallel with Satan in Revelation chapter 20. And in First Enoch, that is Azazel, as we read in the passage. And in Leviticus 16 is pretty interesting. We have a suitable man who sends the goat for Azazel out into the wilderness. And in Revelation chapter 20, the role of that suitable man is an angel who casts Satan in the bottomless pit. And then in First Enoch, we get more specific. That angel is actually Raphael, who takes Azazel and sends him out into the wilderness. So again, now we're going to talk about the setting where Satan, Azazel, is sent, as we just talked about. Leviticus 16, it says he is sent into an uninhabited land, or the wilderness. In Revelation 19 to 20, he's sent into to the bottomless pit, which is also the abyss, which is like a parallel with the uninhabited land here. And in First Enoch 10, this is called darkness or the desert. And again, desert, wilderness, these are all synonymous terms. So you can see the parallels there. And as a little bonus here, this one, it's not as in focus. It's not so much, the big picture of the Day of Atonement fulfillment, but you have in Leviticus 16:1, and we'll read these verses, you have Nadab and Abihu being mentioned, which is kind of peculiar, but it's interesting when you look at Revelation 19 and 20, you have the beast and the false prophet. They're cast into the lake of fire. Again, we know that Nadab and Abihu, fire from heaven came down and struck them when they offered profane fire before the Lord. So we'll just quickly look at that verse again. Leviticus 16:1 starts off with, it says, it's now the Lord spoke to Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron, again, Nadab and Abihu, when they offered profane fire before the Lord. And then we'll see our parallel verse in Revelation 19. It says, then the beast was captured, and with him the false prophet, who worked signs in his presence, by which he deceived those who received the mark of the beast and those who worshipped his image. These two were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Interesting. So you have these two duos here that were both judged by fire. So that's kind of quickly today's episode. Our takeaway from today's study is that the narratives of Leviticus 16, Revelation 19 to 20, and 1 Enoch 10 are clearly parallel passages regarding the Day of Atonement. Again, as we spoke about earlier, the preterist view holds that the Day of Atonement was fulfilled in 70 AD at the return of Christ in judgment, and that's when Satan and his demons were judged. But also, again, as I mentioned earlier, even if you don't hold to that preterist view, I think you can maybe still appreciate just how these passages are tied together. You can still keep it with your futurist view, but maybe someday you'll change your mind there. But again, the main thing is how they're parallel. So in future episode, we're going to discuss how the Bible points to the idea that the Jubilee, or what we call the year of Jubilee, was also fulfilled in the Day of Atonement in 70 AD. So that's kind of wrapping another feast into this and showing the fulfillment. So let me know if you have any questions. And until next time, contend earnestly for the faith which was once for all delivered to the saints, and God bless.